Hey everybody, it's Jace here from Black Ovis. I wanted to show you something that I do kind of right before the bow hunt every year, and a little kit I put together that could save your hunt. I call it my SOS kit, and it's gotten me out of a lot of sticky situations, and I feel like anybody who bow hunts long enough is going to run into some crashes, and hopefully this can get you out of a pinch. So everything goes in this little stash sack. This is one of our Black Ovis stash sacks, super lightweight. And I'll just run through a few of the pieces I carry in this. D-loop material, obviously if you break a D-loop, you want to be able to replace that. I have a couple field tips. You know, maybe I'm concerned my sight got bumped off or something. I'm able to put one of those on and shoot into some soft dirt or something. I have a blunt. Maybe I have the opportunity to do some small game hunting, grouse, things like that. Judo tips, same thing. Or maybe I have a soft stump I want to shoot. Same thing to check my bow. I can put on a judo or a blunt and do that. And then I have an extra front end component. I'm shooting a Black Label Quantum from Gold Tip. So if I did happen to mess one of those up or I lost it, I'd be able to fix that. I have an extra QD pin for my bracketry on my stabilizer. So if you had your stabilizer come loose and you were able to find your stabilizer but not your pin, you can get back, you're up and running. They don't weigh anything. It's worth it to carry an extra one of those. Extra nocks. So I learned this one the hard way. If you take a fall and you land on those nocks, there's a chance you're going to screw up every single one of your nocks depending on how you land on those arrows. So hopefully you don't break your arrows, but if you do bugger up some nocks, I have 5 of them, same thing. They don't weigh anything, and I have the ability to swap out all those nocks. That's arguably the most key component on your arrow, and the connection between your arrow and the bowstring. You do not want to screw that up. Have an extra battery. I'm running a UV housing here, so I do have a sight light on there, so I have an extra battery if something were to die there. This looks like serving, but it's not. It does work as serving, but this is actually 65-pound braided fishing line. So it works for a couple things. I could serve a peep in. I could serve, maybe I had an in serving or something come loose. I could use that to repair that. But it's also strong enough that if I were to lose the cable on my drop away and I needed to loop that through multiple times and tie it up, it would get me through several shots before I would need to worry about this breaking. So little thing I've learned over the years, it is stronger than serving. Serving would probably work, but this is definitely stronger and more abrasion resistant. And I just keep, I don't know, it's probably 20 feet of that or so just rolled up there if I needed it. It also is just for a survivalist tool. That stuff is extremely strong and it would work in a lot of different type uses. I keep a few extra screws. Some of my most common ones that have gone loose over the years on my sight, on my quiver, things that they just on their, whether it's a 4-wheeler ride or on a horseback or just carrying it on your back, vibrate loose over time. Extra peep sight. Yeah, that one kind of goes without explaining. If you lose your peep, that's a bad situation. You want to have a spare one of those. Allen wrenches. I choose to keep singles. One thing is they do they nice and compact. I can put them in. I have a couple little Ziploc bags inside here. I put my tools in. But also, any of you guys who've worked on your own bows, you know that a set of wrenches is sometimes hard to get in certain spots. Maybe it's around your rest, around your sight. You just can't always do everything with a set of wrenches that has a traditional fold-out Allen keys. This is star wrenches. Currently, I don't have any single star wrenches, but I will have some single star wrenches going into the hunt that fit all my module screws. And just it's a very good idea to just assess your bow, look at all your screw heads, make sure you have one of everything in case you run into this. Spare broadheads. I haven't ever needed to thread more broadheads on, but they don't weigh anything. And these happen to be Grim Reaper Fatal Stills. They come in this cool little package. You can pull it off the card that they sit on the shelf, and it slides in this pocket super easily. A little bit of bowstring wax. This is kind of cool. So it reminds me of athletic tape. It's a fabric, it's camo colored, and it has an adhesive back to it. There's been a couple situations I've run into from, whether I'm hiking an oak brush or whatnot, where I have an in serving come loose and I don't catch it soon enough to the point where it actually starts to get into a cam. This stuff is cool. You can cut a small strip of it and it adheres to itself. You can actually wrap it over the top of that without getting too thick, and it will go through your cam and flex with your cam without causing any derailing issues. The adhesive side of a Band-Aid actually works really well too, and a lot of people always have Band-Aids obviously in their backpack. So just just a little pointer for you. Lighter in case I do need to burn some serving, or I usually have a lighter in multiple spots in my pack. This is just one extra spare one I have. And then an extra release. I'm sure we've all either gone up, forgotten our release, or lost it, dropped it out of a tree stand. However you choose to hunt, it's always a good idea to have an extra release with you. This guy doesn't typically go with me in my backpack unless I'm going in a long ways and I'm planning on being there for a while. It's worth it to carry this extra pound or so. So this is a Bowmedic bow press. I don't necessarily recommend one for working on your bow all the time, but it will get you out of a pinch. So, let's say you did derail your string and you don't have a way to compress those limbs in any other way than a bow press. And so it could prevent you from making that 5-6 mile hike out, and you can press it, pop your bowstring back on and be up and running. I can't say how many times this has either gotten myself or somebody else out of a bind. You catch a stick the wrong way or something and derail something. It's something that goes with me, whether it's in base camp or if I'm hiked in a long ways into an actual spike camp. So hopefully this helps a little bit. We obviously sell spare parts of these on blackovis.com. So if you're not sure on componentry or whatnot for your arrows, please reach out to us. Our customer service team is great. We can help you, direct you, make sure you have some spare parts to get you out of a pinch this fall. Thank you.